Today, we wrap up our fall season podcast talking about your Anderson Raptors with AD Chris Newton. Coach, how are we doing this afternoon?
Doing great. I am doing great. We had a great week. We've had a great fall, and I'm excited to talk about them all.
Sounds great. This will be our last show for the fall, and we'll pick it back up for our winter shows December 2nd. We'll do two shows in December, and then four in January and four in February, and talk about all the great things at Anderson High School. But let's start with cross country and get those guys wrapped up.
Yeah, they we ran in the districts on Saturday at Voice America Park, and I got to tell you, Coach Lee and they're just so proud of the way the kids performed. Unfortunately, we didn't have any of our kids advance to the regionals, but as we've said before, you can't play defense.
Right.
Our kids, we set so many PRs. It was unbelievable. And as you and I have talked about, it's all about growth. And we want to be better at the end of the year than we were at the beginning of the year. And our kids have just improved dramatically. And it is great. We got kids on the honor roll. Zoe Patterson, a freshman, Emma Lee, they got on the honor roll. Ty Regan, and just PR again. Eli Upchurch. We have one kid, can't remember if it was Sheev or Sir Patel, who, gosh darn, set a PR by minute. And it's just that it was awesome, awesome to see. It's funny too because people look at you weird because everything's compared to getting the W or the L, right? You
Yeah.
get the W. Our kids were celebrating and our coaches were celebrating with our kids because of how well we did. And people are wondering if we qualified or something like that. No, it's about getting better. And it was just awesome. I love our cross country team so much for the culture that they have. And it was fantastic.
Sounds like a great experience for the student athletes in cross country. So
Yep.
congratulations to them and the staff. That's just
Yep.
super. Let's go to the gridiron. Wow, 9-0, a big win Friday at home, 31-17 over a very tough Winton Woods. Currently, you guys have a 9-point lead in the Harbin ratings, solidified the number one seed. So that means two home games for the Raptors, which is just terribly exciting. And then you get to wrap the season up traveling to Loveland this Friday, 7 p.m. kick. Get your tickets at andersonraptors.org. And I'm sure Coach is excited to put a bow around the regular season and then get ready for the playoffs.
Well, and again, you're 100% right. And again, it's about being better. And unfortunately and unfortunately, however you want to look at it, that was really the first time we were super challenged all year. And it was great to see how our kids responded when challenged. And we're going to be challenged in the state playoffs. There's no doubt about it. And I was just so excited to see how the kids responded and how they battled. And that was a tough game. That was a physical game. And Coach Dreyer and our coaches and our kids, they got something going right now. And they believe in each other. They believe, in what the coaches are putting out there. They buy in and they're playing. It was a beautiful game,
Yeah,
without a doubt.
fantastic. So what's interesting is if things you could play Loveland back-to-back weeks here, depending on how things shake out Friday. But that's not the first time that's happened to
Yeah,
playoff teams.
yeah.
But we'll see. But
Maybe I'm a bad AD. I don't look too far down the road. What I do is I look right ahead of me because
yep,
I know this. If I don't look what's right ahead of me, my clumsy butt, I'll trip and fall.
yep,
So the most important game we have is is Friday night against Loveland, and we
yep.
don't want to trip because we want that league championship by ourselves. I'm not a selfish person by any stretch of the imagination, but I am selfish in wanting that league championship for ourselves. Our football players
They
deserve that.
deserve it. Yep.
They don't deserve to share anything with anybody. They work way too hard. They're in here at 5:30 in the morning, busting their tail in. Our coaches work way too hard. So we got to go out there and we got to finish the job Friday night and get what we, earn what we deserve. And that's a league championship all by ourselves. And then
Perfect.
we'll worry about the playoffs.
Yep. And then so once again at Loveland, Friday, 7 p.m. kick. Get your tickets, get out there and support the Raptors. Wow, let's go over and talk about golf. What a
Wow.
postseason for both of your golf teams. I'll turn the floor over to you because I know that we chatted when you're at Pipestone. We had a blast putting that on the internet for you. Let's talk golf, Coach.
Well, I just these young men and young ladies deserve their name being mentioned. We recognized them at the football game Friday night, which was one of the biggest crowds around. So they've gotten recognized, but they still need it. So our boys, Charlie Straubel, Marshall Morency, George Lake, Connor Bergman, Ben Trigg, Cole Brannon, Reed Young, and then our girls, Sophie Straley, Ayla Bruger, Sydney Dodds, Ellie Lampkin, Aubrey Lund, Sarah Lund. And here's what I know. Um, it was an amazing experience, not only for them, uh, quite honestly, for myself.
Yes,
They took me on a wild ride, which I absolutely loved. And they had, you know, the weather was awful. I'm gonna tell you what, it was flat out awful. Raining, windy,
cold.
cold. Man, it was awful. And unfortunately, we didn't play as well as we would have loved to play. Okay. But that's sports. I mean,
Yep.
that's how things
That's
go.
why you play the game.
That's it. But the experience that those guys and girls will take home from that is amazing. They go up, Sunday and they have a great practice round, dinner, then they go back to their rooms and they hang out. Then Monday we get after it, and you know what? It was hard. It was hard. I think we were in seventh and eighth place at the time. Then they go back, they shower up, they get ready to go, they eat dinner, then they go to the escape room and they have a great time together. And Tuesday, when everything was said and done, that's what the kids are talking about. And I reminded some of them, you're not going to remember you shot a bogey on 16.
Right.
You're not going to remember the birdie you got on 12. What you are going to do is you're going to remember that you played at the highest level that you could play at high school state championships. And you're going to remember the experience you had with your teammates. And I got to tell you, I truly believe um, those individuals had an amazing experience that they will share with each other forever. And it was so awesome. So proud of them.
And you have several juniors returning. Those weren't
Yeah.
all seniors. So you've got, you know, the experience that the juniors had at NCR in the weekend. They can carry that into next year, and hopefully they can continue the magic. I have to ask you, what'd you think of NCR South? Was it
Oh, it's
beautiful?
beautiful. And I'm going to tell you what, my knee is still screaming about NCR South up and down those hills. Holy moly. That was that was a wild ride for me. But yeah, it was a great, absolutely great adventure. And when you talk about the seven, the underclassmen and stuff like that, I wanted them to make sure they understood just because there's underclassmen coming back, there are no guarantees.
Nope.
There's no guarantees at all. And I remind, we made out of the sectionals by one stroke. And so, one stroke or 10 strokes doesn't matter. It's
Right.
about surviving and advancing. But you always got to live for the now.
Mm.
And just because we got a bunch of people coming back next year, this summer we got to be out playing. We got to play these tournaments. We got to get better and we got to get better and we got to get better because now instead of the hunters, now we're the hunted.
Yeah, you're not going to sneak up on anybody next
We
year.
ain't sneaking up on nobody.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
Well,
and I know
what a
our kids will
season.
do that.
What a season. What an experience. And for the entire school,
Yep.
congratulations to the Anderson boys and girls golf team. That's just great stuff. Let's go to the pitch. Boys soccer, they are hosting Winton Woods on Tuesday at Charles Brown Stadium. Tickets at andersonraptors.org. That'll be exciting. Um,
Yeah.
I'm sure Coach Sam's going to have them all ready to go at 7 p.m. to try to advance.
They will be ready. And the way the tournament is set up, that's a district semifinal game. So we'll play that game and I hope we play as to our ability level. And I hope we win that game. And then we'll move to the district final game, which would be Saturday. I'm not sure where. I have not been made aware of where that'll be yet. But we'll be ready to play, that's for sure.
On the girls' side, they're also hosting tonight, Winton Woods, 7 p.m. at Charles Brown Stadium. Tickets at andersonraptors.org. Best of luck to the girls. What a season they've had. Hopefully that can continue the success that they've had.
Without a doubt, and league championship undefeated, and all that stuff. And all that stuff is great. Okay. But that's what we did to get to where we are right now. Every single team is 0-0. So we got to be ready to go. And again, we're going to be, everybody's got us circled. So
Yeah.
they're going to be coming after us. But I like our chances. I like our girls' chances.
Coach, real quick, your thoughts on kind of eliminating the sectional rounds and starting at a district semifinal. Do you like the fact that you're kind of eliminating that match or game that usually was never close and just jumping right into a tough
Yeah.
match right at the beginning?
It's definitely very interesting because, I think Division One and Division Two have 64 teams, and then three, four, and five are around 140 teams. And I think you've got to do that um, in order to have the tournament laid out the way that we want to have it laid out. And, the end result is they all have to end at the same time
Right,
for state championship purposes. So it was weird, not having a week off. But I think a lot of teams played. A lot of teams, they had a scrimmage left over, so they
sure,
scrimmaged and did stuff like that. But those first round kind of blowout games, there's nothing really good about that. You
right.
hate to see those, and so um, by just having 64 teams, it take care of its own.
It'll be interesting to see in a couple of years everybody's thought on it and see
Yeah,
if
yeah,
see what they thought. So let's wrap up this week's show, Newt. Let's go inside, talk volleyball. Another just outstanding fall season. The girls are traveling to Princeton on Wednesday at 5:30 to. I'm sure they're playing the winners of a play-in game, which may be happening tonight. I'm not sure. But tickets again, andersonraptors.org.
they are, and again, league champions. And I got to tell you, I couldn't be more proud of a group of kids. The way that the year started, I want to say 1-3, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure what our record is right now, but I know this: we are better. We are a lot better right now than we were at the beginning of the year. So. Yeah, there's a play-in game. It'll be Harrison and Loveland will play,
Okay.
and we'll play the winner of that. We've played both those teams this year, and we know both of those teams have the ability to beat us if we don't come ready to play.
Yeah.
And so I know our head coach will definitely have us ready to play come Wednesday night. That will be for sure.
Yeah, best of luck to the girls at Princeton High School, a great gym for volleyball. And
Yeah.
they hope they go on a heck of a run. And Newt, as always, it's a real pleasure to do these shows with you. I appreciate your time. It's been an unbelievable fall for your sports teams. And thanks for sharing all the great thoughts. And look forward to getting back together December 2nd to talk about all the great things for the winter sports teams.
Most definitely, most definitely. And I do, if I can have a
Oh,
30
the cheer.
seconds,
We wanted to
I
talk about
do want
cheer.
to
I
share.
apologize.
No,
Yeah.
that's okay. That's okay. I want to share about our cheerleaders. Our cheerleaders work, behind the scenes a lot, and they're the ones cheering for everybody and celebrating everybody else. But our young ladies went to a competition here last weekend and were crowned champions of two separate divisions, and it is an awesome, awesome job. The hard work that has gone in. These ladies went out and performed at an unbelievably high level. So just real proud of our cheerleaders and the way they're getting things done as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yep.
Congratulations to them. They're the glue that keeps everybody
Yeah.
together. So that's fantastic. Well, Newt, have a great week. Good luck to all your teams in the tournament, and as the football wraps up the regular season, I hope it's great success for the next few weeks.
Yep. As always, Rob, thank you for all you do and allowing us to communicate and share with Raptor fans everywhere how things are here.
Sounds good, Coach. Talk to you soon.
All right. Take care.